How y'all doing? Happy, what's today? Monday. Happy Monday. Happy grind day. Feliz lunes. Bienvenidos a mi canal. Welcome back. What's up? All right, y'all. I'm happy to see y'all. I hope you're happy to see me. If you do not recognize this face, my name is Latrice. Hello. And this right here is Faith by Latrice, where faith is the muscle we exercise around here. Now let's get into it. No dilly-dallying. Boom. The topic. La tema de hoy va ser. Throw your weight at it. Throw your weight at it. Huh? Here go to scripture. Here go to verse. Here we go. Psalm 139, verse 14. This is David talking. For those of y'all who may not be familiar, the book of Psalms in the Bible is written primarily by David. Yes, David, Goliath, David, him. And their songs, basically. This particular verse right here, he's talking to God. He says, and I quote, if y'all hear noise in the background, my brother is playing Call of Duty. So, David says, I praise you. He's talking to God. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works. My soul knows it very well. We finna break this down because the juice. What? Now, this is David talking to God. He says, I praise you. Stop. I give you credit. I honor you. I big you up. I celebrate you. Why? For I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Huh? I celebrate you, God, because I'm dope. What? I'm sorry. I'm excited. He said, I'm celebrating you because I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. What is that saying, right? Now, false humility is going to tell us that he's being arrogant or cocky. No, sir, no, ma'am. He knows who he is. He's self-aware. And that's what this is all about today. Knowing who you are. Who are you? Do you know who you are? He said, I praise you. I give you credit. I big you up. Because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works. Talking about him. What God did inside of him. My soul knows it well. I know I'm dope. I can say that. It's not arrogant because I know it comes from God. When you forget where it came from and who gave it to you, that's when it becomes arrogant. When you the self-made, honestly, some of the people I really enjoy listening to, like music-wise, well, Once Upon a Time, have said self-made many times. And I'm just like, bro, sis, ain't none of y'all self-made, but that's beside the point. What is this verse all about? Self-awareness. That's what we're talking about. Throw your weight at it. Self-awareness. What that got to do with the other one, Latrice? What's that? What are you even talking about? Now, this is David, okay? David had an understanding of who he was. Now, since this is the same David who defeated Goliath, excuse me, and mind you, secreto, baby, David defeated Goliath when he was just a boy. So, homie was probably like 14 years old or something like that. But that's neither here nor there. Goliath was a grown man, a giant at that. But anyway, David had an understanding of who he was. He knew who he was. And the reason he was able to defeat Goliath in the first place was because he knew who he was. When he stepped up to Goliath and he was just like, bro, mind you, Israel's army, I'm talking about army, a fleet of men, including his brothers, were standing there frozen for 40 days, something like that. While Goliath, I'm talking about jaw-jacking. I'm talking about all the people talking about, he said, you ain't, you this, you that, you ain't this, He said, who does this uncircumcised Philistine think he is? Like, how dare he defy the armies of the living God? Boom, pause. Basically, David was like, how dare he talk about my God's people like that? Now, I want you to catch what's happening. He's like, how dare you? Who do you think you are talking about my God's people like that? The relationship, my God, my heavenly Father. You ain't gonna just come out your neck talking about my people like that. Do you know who I am? Do you know who my God is? That's what he's saying. One and the same. Do you know who you're talking about right now? Do you know who you're talking to? Type thing, right? He knew who he was. He said, you come at me with a sword, I come at you with what? Boom. He said, I have God on my side. I don't care that you got a sword. I don't care that you're 9, 10 feet tall, whatever. It don't matter. I have God on my side. I know who I am. That's why I know I'm going to defeat you. What I get for defeating old boy right here? That's what he told Saul the king. What do I get for slaying my man right here? What I get? Okay, bet. Beside the point. Beside the point. This is about knowing who you are. Why is it important to know who you are? Not just to know who you are, but with self-identity comes with understanding your purpose of why you're here. If I know who I am and why I'm made this way, I know what I'm called to do. Remember I told y'all in another video where I was like, look, to be honest, I be telling God, I really don't want to have the heart I have sometimes. I don't want to be this empathetic. I don't want to have this mercy showing gift. I don't want to be able to sometimes physically feel the pain of other people. God, why you set me up like that? I don't like that. To be honest. But for what I have to do on earth, it requires me to be able to empathize with people in that way. It requires me to be able to feel the pain of other people or the joy, to celebrate with them. Maybe when nobody else want to celebrate with them. Jesus was like, look, we going to sew you up. See, pour some of this, pour some of that. Latrice, boom. Go celebrate with that person. Right? And so it's like knowing who you are is a big part of unlocking the knowledge of and clarity of knowing what you're called to do. Let me tell you something. Now, this, mind you, this notes is coming from the sermon I heard on Sunday. Because I'm telling you, when Pastor Darius Daniels from Change Church in New Jersey, two locations in New Jersey and one in Atlanta, yeah, anyway. This is what he said. Okay, listen, please listen to me. He said, when we get a proper understanding of who we are, we start unleashing who we are. Una vez más, porque necesito que de you. When we get a proper understanding of who we are, we start unleashing who we are. There's something that needs to be unleashed. This ain't in my notes. Pause. Some of us are gifted. It ain't a secret. It ain't a cocky. No. Some of us are actually gifted. If we're good at designing, we just naturally can draw, naturally can like compose things. If we're gifted at music, whatever it is. Some of us be halfway doing stuff and other people look like, oh my, you killed that. And we be like, thank you, but I was just messing around. Think about what you could be doing if you actually threw your weight at it. Think about what you actually could be changing if you threw your entire self, if you put your entire self in it. What? Think about how your business would be booming if you put everything you had into it. Let me tell you something. What'd he say? Ooh. Hold on. This is about reaping and sowing. I talked about this in another video, y'all. You get out of it what you put into it. If you put a half heart into it, if you put halfway effort, you're going to get halfway out. It doesn't matter that you're gifted, talented, whatever, right? Hard work will often beat talent. Oh my. Huh? Hard work will often beat talent. It could be that mediocre person or whatever, somebody who's not as gifted or talented as you, putting in all this work. And you look at them like, well, it's not really, it ain't really hitting. But after a while, you see that it's paid off for them. And all of a sudden, they get this position, they get this whatever, they get raised up in a certain way. And you're kind of looking at yourself like, well, how come I didn't? Ask yourself this. Have I thrown my full self into what it is that I'm doing? Just think about that. Just think about that, because you don't accidentally become great. Huh? Think about the people you look up to musically, your favorite music artist, your favorite artist in general, your favorite designer, your favorite athlete. I know y'all seen this video by now. Steph Curry on one side of the corner of the court, launching a ball, 5 of them actually, into the other side of the court and making all of them 5 in a row. Yes, there is no denying that man's gift. He is gifted. God placed something on him but he will tell you himself, muscle memory. He practiced and practiced and practiced. He shot and shot and shot and shot and shot until he could make 100 in a row or whatever. He didn't wake up and just be able to shoot or throw, because the man didn't even shoot the thing. He went like, you don't just wake up and be able to do that. Yes, you're gifted, but at the same time, you have to put in the work. He put his whole self into it. Kobe Bryant put his entire self into the game. And we see this man as a legend. Not was, is a legend forever. You don't accidentally become great. Throw yourself at it, okay? Ask yourself who you are. Who am I? Like, really put that on a piece of paper. Look at it. Who am I? Wow, I am like this. I am great in this area. I could fix this, whatever, or this is just the way I'm set up. Why? Ask God why. Because let me tell you something else, and we gone. There are people in this world who try to tell you you're too this, you're too that, you're not this enough, when they are not the person who created or formed you. Huh? They could have given birth to you, but they did not form you. God said before you were in your mother's womb, I formed you. I knew you before you got there. What? So that's just a side nugget. Don't let people who did not make you, create you, or have no idea what your life is set up to be tell you who you are. That's it. I love you. If nobody has told you today, I love you. If nobody has told you esta día hoy que te estoy hablando ahora en mi con mi, whatever, I love you. Because listen, life be life in. But guess what? We're going to prosper regardless. Bye.